Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Libra for the month of March. Now Libra, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Libra, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me. That's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I only have one Instagram account. It's linked in the description below. So if you follow me on Instagram, make sure you use the link below. I do exclusive content on my Instagram, so it's worth a follow if you are on that platform, but please do use the link in the description below. Let's see what we have here for you. Libra. If you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is the first time that you are watching me. All right, let me make sure everything is in view here. I think that looks good enough to me. And we'll get right into it here for you, Libra. All right, so Libra, some of you here are moving on to a new place in your career or in your financial situation. There are absolutely new beginnings here showing up in this reading, also victories. And, you know, I think some of you in March are going to potentially develop a new understanding of what it is that you want to be doing, or, you know, maybe some of you might be figuring out how to play to your strengths for some reason. I'm getting that term as well that's coming forward, but let's just dive into it. Your overall message here, or your current situation for this month, is the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups here is somebody who is letting go of the past. They are letting these spilled, broken, empty cups be a thing of the past, and they are walking away. They're walking away from whatever no longer serves them in their life, and really what they're doing is they're walking towards the fulfillment of a wish, because the card that comes next to it is the Nine of Cups. And so for me, I love this card. This is, as far as I'm concerned, a card of empowerment, and because who doesn't want to like pursue their dreams, right? Who doesn't want to you know, who actually wants to stay in a negative situation, which is really what these cups represent. And so for you, you have an idea, you have a vision for what it is that you want to be doing. You're walking away from whatever is not taking you towards that vision, and you're walking towards the vision that you have, is what I feel like many of you are doing here. You know, for many of you, I think this is going to result in you walking towards your strengths, playing towards your strengths in your career, and helping you out in that way. But in the past year, you have the Knight of Swords and the Fool. So the Knight of Swords is potentially this card pushes you, the Knight of Swords pushes you to seize an opportunity or seize the day, take advantage of opportunities and act, right? And so in the past, some of you here have recognized a new beginning. And I'm going to get into that in a second. But the Knight of Swords also sort of says that it may be wise for you to also recognize where you are being impulsive. The Knight of Swords is such an interesting card to me because it says take action, but at the same time, do not be impulsive in your actions. And so it's kind of interesting. There is this energy as well with the Knight of Swords with exiting and entering. You know, some people may be leaving a situation, some people may be entering a situation. There could be an event leaving, there could be an event arriving when you get the Knight of Swords, but you have this Fool card as well. So the Fool is really a powerful card, one of the most, if not the most powerful cards in the tarot, because it starts off the entire Fool's journey through the major arcana. And it only comes forward when you're ready, right? It only comes forward when you are ready to start something new in your life. And again, this is a powerful new beginning here happening with the Fool. The thing with the Fool is it does ask you to let go of attachments to the past, which we see you doing here with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is dropping attachment. The Fool does that in an even bigger way, because the Fool doesn't really know where they're going. They know they're going somewhere, but they don't know where they're going yet. And for the Fool, it's like, why don't I just let the universe handle the details as I step forward? And so whatever has been familiar to you here that has become stagnant, I feel like some of you are ready to charge forward. in a big way. I think some of you are exiting. Okay, I think there's an exit happening here with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. This is leading to something new. Now, in the future here, playing to your strengths, you have this Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, which this is an interesting combination, does not happen very often because these cards come one after the other, 6 into 7 of Wands. So this to me suggests that you've been extremely successful in your life. And, this to me is talking about you playing to your strengths. Okay, I keep saying that. I don't know what that is for you, but for some of you, that's going to resonate for your career situation. The Six of Wands is somebody who is so successful, they are being publicly recognized, publicly rewarded. They are having some sort of big victory in their life. And, this is exceeding expectation. The Seven of Wands comes after the victory of the Six of Wands, and it says that now you have to defend what you know is true for you. You have to defend your position here. Okay? Sometimes the challenge of being successful is that people are seeing the success that you're having and they may not feel happy for you. They may not feel good for you in the success that you have. And so for you, I think what's important here is to recognize that it's okay to be successful. All right? It's okay to be a success. It is okay to be victorious. And just recognize that as you have the Seven of Wands, as you stand your ground towards something. But let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Four of Cups, you have the Page of Swords, the Death card, and you have the Lovers. Okay, so there's something to do with, you've been in a situation here in the past that potentially was not conducive to growth, okay? The Four of Cups person here is sort of, this is a card of boredom and apathy, okay? They are sitting under the tree. They are not moving forward with their life. The Knight of Swords says move forward, or exit, especially as you have the Fool here as well. And so, for some of you, I feel like I don't like the energy of boredom. If you watch my readings before, I don't like boredom as an energy because it can lead us to do toxic things. When we're bored, we might start gossiping, or we might start, doing negative unconscious behavior, or anything like along those lines. And really, you can change boredom today, like after this reading. Like if you feel like you're somebody who's bored, you can literally change it now. And so, boredom is not for me the best thing in the world. And so for some of you here, you're moving away from that. You have this Page of Swords, which is about potentially like a news of delay or disappointing news, but it can also say that you have a lot of ideas. Say that you have a lot of ideas, your mind is active, and you're maybe quick-witted, you're intelligent, and you have a gift of gab maybe. And so for some of you here, there may have been a disappointing situation that I feel like you're really moving away from with the Eight of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Cups. I've said that a bunch of different times, but it just keeps coming in. You have this Death card, which is about transformation. It really doesn't mean literal death. It means the end of something, okay? The end of the old you, the end of you being bored, the end of you sitting under the tree, the end of you staying around in these broken cups, spilled cups here of the Eight of Cups. No, you are going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. There's a new Libra being formed here when you get the Death card. You also have the Lovers, which is about an important choice to make in your career in this case, or just an important choice to make financially. It can also say that maybe you're weighing options. You're looking at all sides of the coin, and you're deciding on what would be the best path for you at this time. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Yeah, Knight of Wands, the Judgment card. Why did I know we were going to get that? And the Five of Swords. So the Judgment card asks you to, it says, it asks you to ask yourself what you think about a situation, okay? This is about self-evaluation. How do you feel? How do you think about a situation? And this idea of going into a period of self-evaluation in that, what are the choices that you've made up to this point? Because the choices you've made are rendering out as karma right now in real time. And so for some of you here, if you've made this choice to not really move forward, if you've made this choice to be indecisive, the Judgment card says, is this something that you want to continue doing? Is this serving you? because when you get the Judgment card, it is the second to last card before you complete the cycle of the world. It says that you are in overtime here. Okay, this is game time. You know, there's 1 minute left on the clock, on the shot clock, right? And what is it that you need to do to win the game? That's the Judgment energy. It's a very powerful card, and it says that you are potentially going through a spiritual awakening, because those sorts of questions that you have to ask yourself are very real. And they can be very deep. The Knight of Wands might come forward when you're ready to move residence, change location, move to a new place. It can also say that you are a maverick in your career. You are a jack of all trades. You have many talents, many gifts, many skills, and you can use them to help yourself out. The Five of Swords says that you maybe want to drop your swords here, okay? You are winning. Okay, the Five of Swords represents losing, but you have the Six of Wands with the Seven of Wands. So there may be somebody who's trying to win at all costs. You here have already won. So for some of you, it's like if you don't want an argument or you don't want to fight, I feel like some of you are going to drop your swords and ask yourself what it is that you need to do to get over the hump and to get into a new stage here of your career or of your life. Let's see what we have. Okay, very nice. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so the Ten of Wands, I like this for you because to me, the Ten of Wands is about crossing the finish line. You know, you have reached the end of the Suit of Wands. And yes, this person's carrying a whole lot of baggage or a burden on their back, but they are experienced and they have been successful in getting to the end of the Suit of Wands. And so you are crossing the finish line here in the future. There may be more work ahead, but it's work that you're capable and able of doing, and I feel like you're going to be ready to do it because you also have this influence of the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new start in your financial situation. It could also be a new career, it could be a new apartment, it could be a new home, it could be anything relating to the material that represents new beginnings. Many things to do and related to documents, paperwork, kind of the mundane tasks that you need to do in financial situations or in material situations when you get the Ace of Pentacles. But it's always good, like if I always use the example, like if you get like a mortgage for a home, there's like a lot of paperwork here to do with that process, but it's also the Ace of Pentacles because getting a mortgage or a home is a new financial beginning, right? Same is true like with a new job. Like you always have to do paperwork on the first day, you have to meet with people. This can all be, you can associate those things with the Ace of Pentacles, and you can apply it to other areas as well, not just those two areas, but hopefully you understand what I mean. It might also be like making a new investment, starting something new. And at the top of the pyramid, very nice, you have the Magician. So the Magician is a card that indicates manifestation happening in your life. Okay, the Magician is the master manifester. And as you can see here in the illustration, they have all the tools that they need in the palm of their hand. They can literally create anything that they want at this time. And so for you, it's like you don't really need to go learn anything. You don't need to go buy anything potentially at this time. It says that you have all of the skills and the tools that you need to manifest whatever it is that you're looking to manifest. So it's a very good card. It also tells you to take action. Lastly, you have this Hanging Man, time to let go. All right, time to let go of whatever is you are resisting here, whatever situation of the past that you might still be holding on to with this Eight of Cups. Time to really cut the cable, and something's got to give. You got to give something up to get something else. For many of you, this will be a huge manifestation. So I love this energy. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. Feel free to sign up for my email list, and I will see you in the next reading.